Hi, I'm Larissa Hart, and today's video is about my postpartum body. Today I'm going to talk about the 9 things that have helped me lose 60 of the 79 pounds that I gained during my pregnancy, and also 4 changes that I've noticed in my body. Before I became pregnant, before I found out I was pregnant, I was 164 pounds. I wore a size 10, and I'm 5 feet 5 inches tall. Right before I delivered my son, I was 243 pounds. A lot of that came from a lot of nausea and having to constantly eat to keep the nausea make it less painful. But I'm going to talk more about that in a different video. This video right now is about postpartum bodies. So let's jump into it. I have the number one thing that I did after I gave birth to my son was I gave myself a year. I told myself, I know I'm not going to lose 79 pounds overnight. So my goal was, by the time my son is a year old, to lose the 79 pounds. I didn't rush. I haven't been rushing it. I've been really patient with myself. But the number one thing that I've done is giving myself a whole year to lose the 79 pounds that I gained in 9 months. The second thing that I've done that I think is a really, really, really helpful tip, and hopefully you find this to be helpful as well, which was I went ahead and I followed women at the size that I was. So when I gave birth to my son, after giving birth to him and all the things that happen to your body, when I came home, I was a size 16. So instead of the regular feed that I had on my Instagram with a lot of women who were much slimmer, I decided to look for the most beautiful, curvy, confident women on Instagram that were the same size that I was. And so I followed size 16 women. I also followed the hashtags, hashtag size 16, and then I found specific different Instagram models to follow. I also followed the hashtags plus size and mid size. That way, instead of me looking at my body at a size 16, which I had never been before, and feeling down about my body, seeing women that looked like me on my feed and were confident and wearing beautiful clothing and just, they were gorgeous women, it helped my confidence at that size. And so once, of course, I lost the size, and I would add on, I wouldn't remove the size 16 hashtags or the women, but I would add on, okay, when I got down to a size 14, then I went out and I specifically started following women that were size 14, and I followed the hashtag size 14 so that I could see women at my new size. And now that I'm a size 12, I've added size 12 women, and I'm following those models who are at that size. Another thing that I did was I followed clothing boutiques that carried my size at whatever size. So I started off as size 16. So I followed brands that carried size 16 clothes because a lot of the brands that I followed before carried my old size before I had my son, which was a size 10. But they didn't carry size 16 or size 14. So it was really hard to see that in the beginning. So I noticed the moment that I started adding in brands that focused on plus size, curvy, mid-sized women, it helped me so much on feeling good during my journey of losing the 79 pounds that I gained during my pregnancy. The third tip that I have is track your calories, don't diet. I eat whatever I want to. For me, I really live by calories in versus calories out. I eat whatever I want to. Of course, breastfeeding my son, I make conscious decisions on what I eat. But if I want tacos for dinner tonight, I'm gonna eat tacos. I'm gonna make sure I track it and make sure that it's in my calories and how I do it. And I've lost 60 pounds. I haven't cut out pizza, I haven't cut out burgers, I haven't cut out anything out of my diet. I eat whatever I want and I still lose weight. So that's the third thing that I did. About counting your calories, if you're breastfeeding or pumping, they tell you that you're not supposed to cut your calories or diet for the first 3 months. Let your supply regulate. Once your supply regulates after 3 months, then start off at 2,200 calories. And then never allow your calories to go lower than 1,800 to 1,500 calories. That way your supply doesn't drop. But also what I did is, so once my supply regulated, I started off at 2,200 calories. And once I would hit a plateau and I couldn't break it, I would slowly lower my calories. So if I was at 2,200 in the beginning and then I plateaued, then I drop it by only 100 calories and I would only consume 2,100 calories, and it always did the trick. So I was slowly lowering those calories only when I started to hit plateaus. Yes, and right now I'm currently consuming about 1,500 calories a day. Right now I pump and also supplement for my son, and 1,500 calories has been pretty well. He's 10 months old and I'm preparing to wean off of pumping, but right now 1,500 calories works for me. The fourth thing that I did was I drink a lot of water. This is something I've always done. I like water. I drink a gallon of water a day. But if you don't drink water, or if you don't enjoy drinking water, you don't have to drink that much water to lose weight or to feel good. Go ahead and download a water app. Put your age in. They're gonna ask for your age, your height, and your weight, and it'll tell you the minimum amount of water that you need to consume a day. And just keep in mind that water does help you eliminate waste. And also, if you're breastfeeding or pumping, or even if you're formula feeding, you need to stay hydrated. You're sleep deprived in the beginning, and you just really want your body to be at its all-time strongest and healthiest. And water always makes me feel good. So I think water is a really good step in your health period. The next thing that I did, I purchased comfy clothes, loungewear, sweatpants, pajamas. I had a few that were like cute, where I wanted to feel like cute. And then I had some that were just like regular, just like sweatpants and t-shirts. In the beginning, you're going through so much, your body is changing. Trying to fit into clothes can be an uncomfortable experience, and it can really discourage you. So avoid trying to, especially if you're a stay-at-home mom, this is easier. I know if you're a working mom, you may have to buy some new clothes for work, but if you can, really avoid buying anything that doesn't have stretch to it. If it has stretch to it, go ahead and do it, and stick to places like TJ Maxx and Ross and thrift stores, because if you are on this journey to lose weight, you don't want to spend a bunch of money on new clothes that you're going to grow out of very quickly as you're going through this postpartum weight loss journey. So keep it comfy. You'll feel comfy. You know, you're getting up, taking care of the baby constantly. You just want to be relaxed, and you want to feel good about your body, and you don't want to feel, I remember when I first put on jeans, it was a different experience because your body is just softer and it's different. Stick to the comfies as long as you can. I know it's harder, like I said, if you're a working mom, but if you're a stay-at-home mom, go ahead and get your essentials, sweatpants, loungewear, and pajamas, and keep it simple. The next thing I did to help me on my postpartum weight loss was I donated clothes in sizes that I knew I would never wear again. Like I said, before I found I was pregnant, I was a size 10, but when I met my husband, I was a size 4. I never want to be a size 4 again. It just didn't look right for my body. A lot of women look amazing, but for me, it wasn't for me. And so knowing that I never want to be a size 4 again, I was okay getting rid of all of my clothes that were size 4 and size smalls. And I went ahead, got a big trash bag, put everything in there, wrapped it up, and told my husband to go ahead and donate it. And it felt really good, and it didn't make me have the temptation of, you know, comparing my body to what it was when I met my husband and where it was during my postpartum journey. So I would say if you never plan on being that size again, get rid of the clothes. Now my size 10 clothes that I do want to get into again, I kept all of those clothes because I know that I'm going to get there, and that's the goal. And that kind of brings me to our next tip, which was, I think we're on, I always mess up these numbers. I think we're on 6 or 7, but hey, here, I think I mixed it up. So I think we're on 7. So tip 7, buy one new outfit, one new dress in your pre-baby weight, or the size, or your goal size, whatever your goal is to get back to or to get to. Buy one dress, a nice dress, something that you like. It doesn't have to be expensive. You can keep it cheap, or you can find something in your closet that you used to love and put it on a special hanger. Look at it once, put it in the closet, and never look at it again until you get to your goal weight. Know that it's there. Don't keep, going back and forth and torturing yourself looking at it like, oh my God, I'm not there yet. But knowing that it's there, and knowing like, oh my God, when I get to my goal weight, I'm gonna look amazing in that dress. Do that. So do that for you, because it is a treat for yourself, and it also is like a reward that you're giving yourself after all of the things that you go through during your postpartum journey. So buy or find in your closet that one dress that you can't wait to put on once you get back to your post or your pre-baby weight. When you get back to your pre-baby weight. The next thing that I did was I did not buy unnecessary diet weight loss products. I didn't buy the waist trainers. I didn't buy the skinny teas. And the reason why I didn't do that is because, one, they're unnecessary in my opinion, and two, they're also really expensive and they're unnecessary. So, I mean, here, I'll give you guys this information on, why. One, losing weight, like I said earlier, calories in versus calories out. Do your little cardio. You don't have to do it for long, 15 minutes. I'll be honest with you. I think I've worked out, like workout, maybe 10 times out of the 10 months of my postpartum journey. And it's because being a mom, breastfeeding, pumping, feeding a baby 3 meals a day plus 3 snacks, making bottles, cleaning bottles, playtime, reading, all of the things that you have to do as a mom. Sometimes you just don't have the time to do it, and that is a-okay. And I wouldn't even worry about getting in a lot of cardio. What I've done recently is I've gone ahead and found my old Fitbit. I pulled it out of the drawer and I put it on and I get my steps. And you know what? A lot of times I don't even get the 10,000 steps in, but it's just making the effort to do it. If you are moving around already for the baby and you are doing calories in versus calories out, especially breastfeeding moms, you already have an extra 500 pounds, not 500 pounds, but an extra 500 calories that they say that you lose when you breastfeed. You're gonna lose the weight. So the waist trainers, the skinny teas, I'm gonna give you a little information about why I don't recommend it. Of course, it's all up to you, but these are the reasons why I didn't take it or use these products. According to healthline.com, wearing a waist trainer could cause pelvic floor and core weakening. And according to Medical News Today, here we are, skinny teas are reported to give you the same symptoms as someone who has been diagnosed with laxative abuse disorder. So to me, it's not worth it. Calories in versus calories out. Just download the app. It's so simple. It really is. And the last thing that I did is I determined my goal weight, and then I made mini weight goals from there. Oh, baby. Hold on. Okay, guys, I'm back with my boss. So we're gonna finish up. So the last thing I did was I determined my overall goal, and then I broke that number down into mini goals. So my overall goal was to lose the 79 pounds that I gained during my pregnancy. And when I came home from the hospital, I weighed 220 pounds. So my first goal was to get to 200 pounds. When I got to 200 pounds, my next goal was to get into the 190s. When I got into the 190s, my next goal was to get into the 180s. When I got into the 180s, which I am right now, I'm 183 pounds. My next goal is to get into the 170s. And when I get to the 170s, it should be easy breezy to my main goal, which is 164 pounds. So breaking up my overall goal, okay, baby, into mini goals really helped me to feel like I was reaching a level of success in my postpartum weight journey. Instead of focusing on instead of focusing on the 79 pounds I needed to lose, I gave myself a chance to celebrate what I would have already accomplished. You know, instead of just waiting till the year was over, the goal that I gave myself, which was to lose the 79 pounds in a year, I lost 20 pounds, and then I was at 200, and I was like, oh my God, I've lost 20 pounds. It gave me a chance to appreciate the hard work that I've put forward to getting my pre-baby weight back, obtaining my pre-baby weight. Okay, so those are the 9 things that I did to help me lose the 60 pounds that I've lost out of the 79 pounds that I gained during my pregnancy. The next thing I want to talk to you about are 4 changes that I've noticed in my body. The first change I've noticed is that my stomach hangs lower. It hangs low, period, compared to what it used to. Before having my son having an emergency C-section, my stomach didn't hang. Now after the C-section, it hangs a little bit at the bottom. I think it's because of having a C-section, but I've never had a natural birth. So I don't know if that occurs for women who have natural births as well. If you had a natural birth and it happened to you, let me know. But I know for me, I kind of associate it with my C-section. Hi, buddy. The next change that I noticed was my breasts. Also they kind of hang a little differently. I noticed that in pregnancy that my breasts were a lot relaxed than they were before. So I knew before I even gave birth to my son that my breasts would change. I really haven't noticed a change with breastfeeding. I guess I'll have to update you once I'm completely finished pumping. But the biggest change that I noticed was during pregnancy, and it's been the same. Oh, you want to be in the camera, say hi. The next change that I've noticed is stretch marks to the front of my stomach. I've always had stretch marks on my sides and on my thighs and on my bottom, which I got during puberty, but I never had stretch marks on the front portion of my stomach. Okay, you're trying to leave us. Okay. I never had stretch marks on the front portion of my stomach, but I have those now. And then the last thing that I've noticed is my stomach's a lot more jiggly than what it used to be. But all in all, I really love my postpartum body. I don't look the way that I used to look before I had my son completely, and I'm okay with it. When you're about to give birth, when you're pregnant and you are anticipating what your postpartum body will look like, you can be very nervous and scared, as I was. But once you go through labor, whether that's a natural labor, whether that is a C-section, okay, Noah, whether that's a C-section, you'll know that you went through such a unique and beautiful experience that honestly you appreciate your body in a whole new way. So right now, since he's shaking, I'm gonna go ahead and show you what my postpartum belly looks like now. I'm gonna show you what it looks like right now, and then I'm also gonna add footage for what it's gonna look like tomorrow morning, before I eat anything, before I drink anything, first waking up in the morning. So hope you liked the video. Tell me what you guys think about my postpartum tips, if they're helpful, and if you've tried any of these things before, or any new tips that I didn't mention that you find will be helpful for other women. Let me know in the comments. And stay tuned for that how I gained 79 pounds during my pregnancy video. It's coming very soon. Okay, he wants me to go. Bye, you guys. Here we go, you guys. So I'm 183 pounds. I'm trying to not flash you guys. And this is what my postpartum belly looks like now. It hangs a little bit here, a little jiggly. I don't know if you can see on camera the stretch marks on front. And then here we are, postpartum belly. Not bad. I'm happy with her. Okay. Not a J-Lo 2001 stomach, but I like it. Okay. Here's my stomach this morning. About 60 pounds, 183. Size 12 right now. Oh. Got 19 more pounds to go.